Hi, I'm Jennifer Stuart, the manager of the Canton branch of the Haywood County Public Library System. Are you interested in researching your family history? It can be an overwhelming, daunting task because there's so much information out there. With this video, I will show you some simple steps so that you can get your family tree started. So why research your family history? It can be a lot of fun and very informative. Not only can you trace back as many generations as you wish to find a royal family member or someone famous, you can also fill in some family stories. You can find out what nationality your family may be, or some medical information, or even their hobbies and what they enjoyed doing. To get started, keep these two general principles in mind. First, you'll want to start with what you know. Also, you want to write everything down. And we'll be reviewing both of these throughout this process. There are 4 simple steps that we'll be reviewing in this video. First, identify what you know, or how to go about identifying what you know. You need to focus in on a goal. We'll talk about different resources that are available and how to get started. So how do you go about figuring out what you don't know? First, you're going to write down the basic information for yourself. In most family history research, you are number 1. You're the center point from which you move back. And you're also going to write down the basic information for your parents. And if you can, go back to your grandparents. Write down what you know about your grandparents, maybe even your great-grandparents. So you'd want to include names, including nicknames, also name changes that might have occurred through marriage, etc. You want to write down where and when someone was born, where and when someone was married, and if applicable, where and when they died. Now that you have completed writing down your basic information, your outline, you need to review your notes so that you can come up with a goal. So you can focus in on just a couple of questions. So review your notes that you wrote down and look it over for what's missing. You know, is it someone's name or their birth date, where they died, where they were married, things like that. And then also, as you're thinking about what your goal is, what interests you most? What do you hope to have as your final outcome when you do your family history? Are you hoping to go back just as many generations as possible? Or are you more interested in family stories, more interested in one side of the family? Just give it some thought and make a plan. As I've said, researching your family history can be very fun and exciting, but it's also overwhelming because of the amount of material and so many choices. So just focus in and make a plan. So resources. Where do you go? What do you look at to find your family history? There is a wealth of information, including vital records, which is the birth, death, marriage, all of that we just discussed. That's available through government resources, as well as church records, maybe even your family Bible. You can also look at the United States Census, where historically would give information about who was living in a household, how many adults or children were present, names, etc. You can also look at cemeteries, as well as citizenship records, immigration records. You can also use land and property records. I didn't mention earlier, but one of your goals of your family history may be actually looking at the history of a house that was owned or built by your family. Fortunately, with the modern internet, you can access most of the resources that we just talked about through online databases. And we're going to focus on one that we have available through the Haywood County Public Library System, Ancestry. Ancestry.com, the library edition, is something that you can log into through our website. And in our follow-up video, we're going to spend some time actually getting started on the database. Thank you. That concludes our brief review of how to get started on your family tree research. Remember that the Haywood County Public Library has other books and local history resources that you can use for your research or for guidance getting started. You can also look at our online resources through our website, which is www.haywoodlibrary.org. And if you will watch our part B of getting started on your family tree research, we'll spend a little time reviewing the website and getting started with Ancestry. Thank you very much.